First story op cheated with his wife's best friend and got caught by his son, who exposed him to his mother. Now op claims his wife manipulated his son to hate him and is ruining his relationship with her son. I know what I did was wrong. I'm not here to make excuses, but I need to get this off my chest because I feel like I'm losing my mind. Everyone's turned their back on me. I don't even think I deserve this level of punishment. I lost my wife, I lost my son, I lost everything. And I don't think it had to be this way. I cheated. Yeah, I'll admit that. Up front, I had an affair with my wife's best friend. And no, it wasn't just a one-time mistake. I wish I could say it was. It lasted 2 years, and before anyone jumps down my throat, just listen to my side. I never planned for this to happen. I loved my wife, Emma. I still do. She's an incredible woman, and the best mother I could have ever asked for to our son, Caleb. We've been together since college, married for 13 years at one point. We were that couple everyone looked up to, but things changed after Caleb was born. Something shifted between us. At first, I thought it was just the exhaustion of new parenthood, the sleepless nights, the stress of keeping a tiny human alive, but it never really got better. Over time, Emma started to pull away from me. She became distant cold. Even at first, I tried to chalk it up to stress. I had just started a new job, and she was a stay-at-home mom at the time, overwhelmed with taking care of Caleb. I understood that, but the years went by, and I kept feeling more and more like a roommate than a husband. We barely talked. Beyond logistics, what needed to be bought for the house, what time Caleb's soccer practice was, what bills needed to be paid, the intimacy disappeared. I don't just mean ex, though, that was rare too. I mean, everything kisses, small touches. Even just looking at each other the way we used to, I started feeling invisible. I tried talking to her about it so many times. I told her I missed her. I told her I felt like we weren't us anymore. She always had some excuse. She was tired, she was busy, she just wasn't the same person she was before we had Caleb. And I tried to be patient, I really did. Then came Natalie. Natalie was Emma's best friend since high school. She was around all the time helping with Caleb, having coffee with Emma, coming to family gatherings. She was the fun one, the one who always had something to say, always had a joke to lighten the mood, and she saw me. She actually saw me. At first, it was nothing, just conversation, just someone who made me feel like I mattered again. But over time, things got deeper. She listened to me in a way. Emma hadn't in years. She told me I wasn't crazy for feeling neglected, that Emma had changed and maybe I deserved to be happy. 2, one night. After too many drinks, we crossed a line. I woke up the next morning feeling sick to my stomach. I told myself it was a mistake, that it wouldn't happen again. But then it did. Again and again, and before I knew it, 2 years had passed. I know I should have ended it. I know I should have told Emma the truth and faced whatever consequences came, but I was scared. I didn't want to destroy my family. And if I'm being completely honest, I was afraid of what life would be like if I let go of the one person who made me feel wanted again. Then Caleb found out. He's 12, just a kid. I don't know what made him look at my phone while I was in the shower, but he did. He saw a message from Natalie, something way too intimate to be mistaken for anything else. And he told his mother the moment Emma confronted me, I knew there was no getting out of it. She didn't even have to say anything. She just stood there holding my phone, shaking like she was about to collapse, and then she asked how long. When I said 2 years, she actually gasped, like I had physically hit her. Then she started sobbing. I will never forget that sound that night. She packed a bag for herself and Caleb, and left. Since then, Emma has refused to speak to me except through a lawyer. She filed for divorce immediately. And she's made it clear that Caleb doesn't want to see me. But she's not just cutting me off. She's making sure I can't legally have access to him either. She's building a case against me, and it's working. She's documenting everything, my past, drinking, and my job history, the fact that I lost my job recently because I showed up drunk. That's exhibitive for her. She's making sure that when the custody hearing comes, the judge sees me as unstable, reliable, and undeserving of shared custody. She even got statements from friends and family, people I thought were my friends. They're all backing her, telling the court about my affair, my poor choices, and how Caleb has told them he never wants to see me again. That part stings the most. I thought maybe after time Caleb would come around, but Emma is making sure he doesn't. She's keeping him away, feeding him her side of the story and making me out to be the villain in every possible way. And yes, I know I am the villain in this, but am I only that am I? Not still his father. Meanwhile, Natalie, she lost everything too. Her husband kicked her out the moment he found out. He sent her straight to her parents' house and filed for divorce even faster than Emma did. Their kids don't want anything to do with her. She texted me once, "A single message, I can't do this. Please don't contact me." That was it. After 2 years of sneaking around, she left me to clean up the mess on my own. Maybe I should have expected that Emma, meanwhile, is thriving at least from the outside. She moved in with her parents at first, but she's already got a new apartment, a better job, and I heard from a mutual friend that she started dating again. Good for her, I guess. But what about me? I tried to reach out to Caleb, but I didn't get a response. Emma made sure of that. I know I deserve punishment, but do I deserve to lose my son forever? The silence is the worst part. I sit in this empty apartment drowning in my own mistakes, and all I want is to hear Caleb's voice, to have him look at me again, to have the chance to be his father, but Emma won't allow it. I get it. She's hurt. She has every right to be, but keeping my son from me, telling him I'm nothing but a liar and a bad father, that's not fair. I was always there for him. I coached his soccer team. I helped with homework. I took him on trips when Emma was too tired to bother. I was his dad, but now because of one mistake. Okay, a big mistake. I've been erased. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I feel like I'm drowning, like everything I ever had is gone, and there's no way to fix it. I just want my son back. TLDR. I had a 2-year affair with my wife's best friend. After feeling neglected in my marriage, my 12-year-old son found out and told my wife. She left me, filed for divorce, and is actively proving in court that I'm an unfit father. My affair partner lost everything too. Now I have no one. I made a mistake. But does cheating really mean I should lose everything? Comments, comment 1, you didn't make a mistake. You made thousands of choices over 2 years. Every text, every kiss, every lie. You chose this. And now you want sympathy because your wife and son won't pretend you're still the man. They thought you were. You blew up your family for a side piece who ditched you the second. Shot hit the fan. Your son doesn't hate you because of Emma. He hates you because he saw the real you. And instead of owning up to it, you're here whining about how unfair it is that your actions have consequences. Grow up comment to you. Talk about your wife being distant. Like it excuses what you did. Newsflash, marriage has rough patches instead of working through it like a man. You ran into the arms of the first woman who stroked your ego. Your wife was busy raising your child while you were busy effing her best friend, and now you think she's being unfair by keeping your son away? No, she's protecting him from the selfish, weak man you are. You don't deserve to be a father if your first instinct in hardship is betrayal. Comment 3, you lost everything because you treated your everything like garbage. You say Emma pulled away after having a kid. Guess what parenthood is exhausting? Instead of helping her feel loved and supported, you looked for validation in another woman's bed. Now you're sitting here crying because your side piece bailed and your son doesn't want to talk to you. No, you broke. Your wife humiliated your family and ruined friendships. You got exactly what you deserve. Enjoy your empty apartment because that's all you'll ever have left. Second story up, got a hysterectomy to save her life, and her entitled boyfriend lashed out at Op because she robbed him of a chance of having kids who he doesn't want. Anyway, then claimed she committed a sin and is now harassing Op for breaking up with him. Editor's note, Oppie has an extensive Reddit history chronicling issues with her ex-husband and many of her endometriosis struggles. There are several posts and hundreds of comments from the last few years, especially about Dee dealing with endo hormones and surgery. While they give a fuller picture and add credibility to her post, they don't necessarily add to this post, so I didn't include them. My boyfriend, 35, and I, 32, have been friends for over 10 years. We recently started dating after I divorced my ex-husband, whose name is blanked out. I have stage 4 endometriosis and adenomyosis. My boyfriend has known about my medical problems for our entire friendship. He has known for years now that I have fertility issues because of my disease. He was always very supportive, but now his opinion has changed only because we are now romantically involved. And he thinks this decision to get a hysterectomy should be made together as a couple when we got together. He said he doesn't care much about having kids or not. He is taking it very personally, even though I've shared with him how serious this choice is for me. And I'm absolutely gutted that I have to make it. But I think I've spent enough time trying to find a way around it. And it's been unsuccessful for those that don't know. A hysterectomy won't stop endometriosis from going back, but it will stop pain from adenomyosis, which causes me debilitating periods. I've already had 5 surgeries for excision of endo, and I've had several organs removed because they were completely destroyed by the endo. I'll probably have to have excision surgery for endometriosis the rest of my life. But at least if I get a hysterectomy, I won't have to deal with terrible periods and extremely heavy bleeding my periods last 10 days. And it seriously affects my life. I've lost many jobs, and I'm on disability because I rely on a walker. During those 10 days, I also pass decidual casts every month, which are so painful. Google at your own risk because they look gross. Please reassure me that I am not overreacting. First, the way he walks to me is not okay, and the switch in opinion suddenly is weird. Text exchange 825 MBF. I didn't mean to raise my voice yesterday. I'm sorry. I just don't think you should do it. It's such a bad decision. I appreciate you apologizing. And I'm sorry, too, for how that discussion went. I'm just very confused why, all of a sudden, you think I shouldn't go through with it. You know, how much pain I'm in, and we talked about this before, and you encouraged me to get it done. I don't think, because we're now together, it should change your opinion. BF, but that's before we started dating now that you're my girlfriend. I don't think you should give up on having kids, especially if that's something you always wanted. Honestly, I think X's name really screwed you up and put this idea in your head because he couldn't have kids. I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but all you ever talk about is having a baby and starting a family with him. And now you don't want to start a family with me? That hurts. OPX wasn't the only one that couldn't have kids. I've gone to so many fertility doctors and I've done so much testing and hormone therapy. We both spent a lot of money trying to make it work, but we both can't have kids. He never put that idea in my head. In fact, he always supported me getting the hysterectomy because he saw how much pain I'm in. BF. So you want to have kids with him, but not me. Got it up also, I really don't think it's fair for you to bring him up since he's out of my life now. This decision is mine to make, and I would really appreciate it if you could support me. BF, but you did that journey with him and not me. So how should I feel about this? Why can't you do it again with me, Oppie? I would love to be a mother, but after years of being in denial, I realize now it's not possible for me. I've already had 5 surgeries to clean up the endo. I've done the IVF journey. I've tried almost every hormone med out there to suppress the endo from growing back, and my body just won't do it. The meds are supposed to put me into menopause, and none of them have. I still have debilitating periods and severe pain, not just from the endo, but from the adenomyosis. This is not about you versus him. This really has nothing to do with X. This is my decision to make, but I would really like for you to be a part of my support team, as you have been for the last 12 years, BF. So if you've already made up your mind, why are you complaining to me every day about not wanting to do it? Why even talk if you don't care how it'll impact me? Up. That's really hurtful. You're my partner, and I'm complaining because this is an incredibly hard choice I have to make. You know that I'm not taking it lightly either. Also, I don't want to do it. I'm devastated that I have to throw away my dream of being a mother, but I have a HRT life, and I'm so tired of it. You've seen how much pain I'm in. I need to choose myself and my health. But it's absolutely not something I want, BF. You are taking it lightly because you could have made that choice with X. But now all of a sudden that we are together, it's easy for you to go through with it. It's like a punch in the gut that you don't want to have kids with me. There are millions of women who deal with the pain every day. You aren't special at what the F. That's really hurtful to say. And, please give me some space for the rest of the day and we can talk about it more. Another time, I'm really disappointed in you right now. 10:05 MBF. Please pick up. I'm sorry for what I said. I realize it was hurtful, Op. I can't talk right now. I'm on a call. Thank you for apologizing. But it was still very mean. And I don't want to have this conversation with you anymore. This choice is mine to make, and I hope you can support me, but if not, I won't. Force you BF. So after all this, you're still going through with it, even though you know how I feel. Kay, you're just not even considering how this impacts me, and it's like you're just giving up. I don't understand what happened with your sick doctor to randomly decide to have a hysterectomy. Like, my mind is blown that you would be this heartless. You're so selfish, Op. They told me 5 years ago it's time to get a hysterectomy, and the chance of me conceiving was 1 in a million. And since then, I spent thousands of dollars and so much of my time trying to get that slim chance. But I can't do this anymore. It's not effing random. I literally tried for years to manage my pain. In other ways, and start a family. I've already lost my gallbladder appendix, and part of my diaphragm sick op means diaphragm to the endo. I'm on heavy pain meds that make me miserable. I'm literally so miserable in my life, all because of the pain. Wow, I truly can't believe that's the way you feel. We literally talked about this for so many years, and you told me that if a hysterectomy would improve my quality of life, I should do it. And now you're completely changing your mind and you're blaming me when I already feel so sad about making this decision. BF, I stand by what I said. You're a selfish woman, and I doubt you've tried everything out there to fix your problem without destroying your body. But whatever, I'm not responding to you anymore. Please stop. I have a busy day, and you are incredibly rude. Read at 10:16. BF, yeah, I'm the problem, sure. So because you want to have it done, I have to change my whole life, and we'll never have kids. And you don't see how selfish that is. You wanted to have kids with X, but not me. I got it now. I don't understand why the hell you can't try IVF with me, but you can do it with that Arole. Like, can you not see where I'm coming from? And it's a sin to remove your body parts. So I'm not sure if I want to be with someone who says they're a good Christian, but then does shy like this. You have no regard for others around you, especially me. You just want to do whatever the hell you want and think there's no consequence to your actions. 1:29 p.m. New text. Please don't ignore me. I'm sorry. Hello? I see you reading my messages. So what's the problem? 3:21 p.m. I'm not done with this conversation, and it's rude that you're ignoring my call. So pick up some of OP's comments, commenter, and dump the trite. It's wild. You're second-guessing yourself. Please do what you need to do for your health. Stop dating this trash op. I figured I wasn't overreacting. I'm still grieving my divorce, and I see now I jumped too. Soon into this relationship, I thought, because we were good friends for so many years, it would be easier to date him, and we could take it really slow. I've got problems with my self-esteem, and I'm not a very dominant person, but I'm working on it. Commenter, nor you're underreacting. In my opinion, I am 33 and 1 year post-op after my hysterectomy, and it completely changed my life. Endometriosis is brutal, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Anyone who could watch you suffer like this and then call you selfish for wanting to end that pain is not someone you want to be with. They have shown you who they are. Believe them. These are not the words of a good person. Even if he was a good friend for years, he's a shitty partner. I don't know if I would be able to come back from this. I would never trust him again. And definitely wouldn't believe he has my best interests at heart op. It sucks because ending the relationship most likely means ending our friendship too. But you're correct, this isn't my person, and that's okay. Commenter. I know that can be hard, but on the other hand, do you want to be friends with someone who thinks this way? Ape, you're absolutely correct. I don't want to be friends with him after this. It comes as a shock because, truly, all these past years, he's been a very different person. I thought I could trust him, but I was wrong. It's okay, though. I've got other much nicer friends. Commenter, if he's circumcised, had his wisdom teeth or tonsils removed, had an endom, etc. Please be sure to tell him that he's a sinner and a hypocrite. And most importantly, unworthy of your time op. He isn't even religious. No idea why he said that. Just to hurt me, I guess. Was this a sudden change in behavior for him? It's a pretty significant switch from his previous opinions. He knew all of our friendship about my issues and was supportive. He knew my ex-husband, and I tried IVF. He knew I was suggested a hysterectomy when we started dating. 6 months ago, we talked about children, and he said he didn't care for them. I didn't really talk about my health and the hysterectomy in these last 6 months, but I had an appointment yesterday to confirm it's for sure needed. And then this conversation came about. I don't think I blindsided him in any way. He was there, along with my ex-husband, for 2 of my previous surgeries, commenter. You had this conversation over text OP. No, we talked about it many times in the last 5 years and right before we got together. And again, after my doctor's appointment. I can't call during working hours, so texting is more convenient vent for me. I tried to stop the conversation when things got heated, but he begged me to talk with him and then sent me rude messages when I wouldn't respond to another commenter. We had it 100 times in person and through phone calls. We don't live in the S city right now. I called him after my appointment, and it turned into a fight. So I hung up when he texted me apologizing. I thought it would end there, and it clearly didn't. And he continued hurting me with his words. IUN have replied. But when I read those things, it made my blood boil, and I instinctively wanted to defend myself. What op has tried, because people were giving advice. Yes, I've taken pretty much all possible BC and hormone meds, just finished a year of Leon, and nothing has ever stopped my periods. I got all the side effects from Lupron and still had periods. I had 3 surgeries back to back within a year. Everything was cleaned out with Nook specialists. And at my follow-up, Mr. The Endo came back to stage 4. It's happened 3 times now. That's why they are suggesting the hysterectomy, because my doctors are just not sure what else I can do. Then we decided to try and conceive. And that didn't work. Basically, the endo inside of me grows so fast, I can't even get a month of 0 endo growth. What the hysterectomy does? Yes, a hysterectomy does not cure endometriosis, but it will cure adenomyosis. Endo grows its own estrogen, and even without a uterus, it can grow in other places, such as other organs. A hysterectomy is one less area. The endo can grow in, and some women have a decrease in endo girth afterwards, but not always. Even without the hysterectomy, I will have endometriosis forever. There is no cure-up response up here. There are so many comments, and I can't go through them all. I am 100% leaving him and ending this relationship. I just needed to know for sure I wasn't overreacting. I will make an update post when I can. I really appreciate everyone's support and advice. Just to reiterate one more time. Nope. He said for the last 12 years he doesn't want kids. Told me the same thing last week. When I booked my appointment, we agreed when we got together that kids are not in our future. Update next day. Thanks to everyone for the support and advice. Lots of people messaged me privately, and I can't begin to explain how kind and supportive you've been to me. We live in different cities and have talked about this many times. He was in no way blindsided by my decision. We talk on the phone. Talk and text. That's our main way of communicating. He asked me to call him after my appointment, and when we talked, he blew up on me. And that's where this text conversation starts. For those saying it's easy to ignore him, that's not always the case. When someone attacks you and says mean things, it's difficult not to respond and defend yourself. I was in the heat of the moment too, just like him. I wanted to wait to see him in person to break it off, but as the messages show, he got increasingly more abusive. In my opinion, I did call him, and as soon as he picked up, he yelled at me, so I hung up, sent my final text, and blocked him for good. For those wondering if there were red flags before, truly, there were none. Sure, he's a human and has flaws and opinions I don't always agree with, but this person in the text conversation is a completely different man than what I experienced all these years. I really don't know where this came from. I'm just as shocked as the rest of you. I have never, ever seen this side of him. And honestly, I didn't know it could even exist. He is gone from my life. I've blocked him and all of his fake accounts as well. I'm sad, but I'll be okay. Thanks again to everyone who supported me. P.S. to the trolls. You're too cowardly to post on my threat. So you think you're safe. Messaging me in private, I'm calling you out. And your messages are in the photo. Slideshow at the end. I'm shaming you for asking for my naked pics and telling me to end my life because of my disease respectfully. Have the year you deserve TLDR. I broke up with him. He didn't take it very well. He's out of my life for good. Text exchange? Editor's note, even though they are broken up, I kept the names as BF and OP for clarity. 849 MBF. Hello, hello. Pick up seriously pissing me off right now. You need to pick up your phone. 10Z for MBF. I know you're upset, but we need to talk. I won't yell at you. I promise. I just want to explain my side of the story. Please call me Op's name. I'm begging you, I won't stop calling. And until you pick up, Let's have a mature conversation about this and you'll see where I'm coming from. 11:50 m since you don't want to talk like a grown-up and want to ignore me? I'll just say this. You didn't even consider for 1 second how this impacts me. And if I even want to be with a woman who wants to yank out her baby maker for some period pain, you're a terrible person. Like, I truly can't understand why you would do this to me. I have been by your side for years and this is how you treat me? You're absolutely disgusting. A sorry excuse of a woman and I'm never talking to you again. See if you can't respond to that seriously? What the F is wrong with you? Stop ignoring me. Editor's note, there are 7 exclamation marks, I count it. Please, ops name, I don't want to lose you, please. I'm begging you to talk to me. I'm shaking right now. Please don't do this to me. Ops name, ops name, ops name, ops name. Please, I'm begging you, F. I can't live without you. Please talk to me. Ops name, ops name, ops name, op. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, but this is terrifying. You're embarrassing yourself. Please leave me alone. I'm blocking you for the rest of the day and I'll call you tonight after work. This is best for the both of us, BF. Ops name. Ops name, ops name. Okay, I'll stop. Just call me. Please, 5:03 p.m. OP. I'll call you in 10 minutes. But if you raise your voice at me, I will hang up. I think that's more than fair op notes on her screenshot. I called him here, immediately was yelled at BF. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Please call me back. IF ed up, please call me. Just the way you said, hey, I knew you were going to start arguing with me. Please give me another chance. F, I'm so sorry. Please pick up op. The way you talk to me is not okay. You immediately yelled at me. I appreciate everything you've done for me and our friendship and our relationship, but I don't want to continue. We are not compatible, and that's okay. I wish you nothing but the best in life, and I'm asking you nicely to please give me space. If you really care for me, you'll respect that. I'm not responding to any more sick of your phone calls or texts from now on. BF pickup? I'm sorry. Pick up a few editor note op, writes on the screenshot. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Next to this, no, you're sick, not dunking. Sick, dumping me right now. Pick up right now. Op's name. Some of Op's commenter that guys like this can mask for so long is scary. She says she had known him for over 10 years before they started dating, and he had been supportive of her getting a hysterectomy before they were together. It's really crazy, like, a switch was flipped when he could consider her his, and suddenly her bodily autonomy was taking something away from him. The level of insecurity, entitlement, and lack of empathy on display here is repulsive on a visceral level. OP, not only did he know of my health issues, he was there when I got 2 of my surgeries and helped take care of me along with my ex-husband. He was truly like a best friend and brother to me. It sucks. He turned out to be someone completely different. I feel incredibly betrayed. I trusted this man-op's safety. We live about an hour away from each other. He does unfortunately know where my apartment is, but I have a friend coming to stay with me starting tomorrow to help me heal from this, so I won't be completely alone. Commenter is someone with endoadenopots heads and MAA. I wish I was as strong as you and could accept. A hysterectomy would help most of my conditions and children aren't worth it. I know being this ill has ruined my life anyways, and most are genetic conditions. I'm holding on to it just to throw it out later. You honestly might have inspired me to finally schedule a hysterectomy op. I was in your shoes years ago. The doctors told me it's time for a hysterectomy, and there is nothing else they can do. I was desperate to prove them wrong, and I really, really wanted to be that 1 in a million chance that gets pregnant. My ex-husband and I spent a huge chunk of our savings going through IVF, and although I don't necessarily regret it, I realize now it was just grasping at straws. Even after the IVF failed, I kept hoping, praying I would wake up one day and just feel better. I thought, maybe I could just suck it up and live my life in pain. 247 SS. If it meant even a tiny chance of pregnancy, if I could go back in time, I would have done the hysterectomy right then and there. I spent 5 years being a shell of a woman I used to be. The pain did not get better, my mental health got worse, and I felt like I was just living to die. Do what you have to do for yourself. It is not selfish. More in-depth details of OP's endo spoiler marked. Since its somewhat graphic stage, for endometriosis and adenomyosis. Endometriosis is uterine-like tissue that grows outside of the uterus and acts like uterine tissue. So for me, it grew on my appendix gallbladder diaphragm and many parts of my bowel. Every month, that tissue bleeds, just like a period. So my whole abdomen fills with blood, and the tissue starts to eat away, in a sense, at other organs, which caused appendicitis, cystitis of the gallbladder, and shortness of breath pain in my lungs every time I breathed in. Thank you for watching the video. If you are interested in listening to these kinds of stories, we've got more in store for you. Simply subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button and share it with your friends.